Parliamentarians for the Youth is a program undertaken by the Organization for Youth, Education and Development and the Inter-Parliamentary Alliance for Human Rights and Global Peace. The Parliamentarians for the Youth program aims to increase parliamentary involvement in youth-related issues, as well as increasing youth involvement within parliaments, by bringing together young people and parliamentarians from across the world to work together to promote solutions to global youth issues.
I trust in a Europe where my rights are going to be respected and represented in Brussels.
Establishing the office of Youth Ombudsman in the European Union is extremely important.
For them to have reference institutions in their national countries, but also in the European level through ombudsman mechanisms.
Well, I believe that this is a very interesting and creative idea to establish the ombudsman institution, what is a pan-European institution, to protect the rights of youth.
For the young people to stand by their rights.
I trust in a Europe where the main investment is education for everyone.
The investment in education is really vital.
Set a minimum percentage of GDP within the EU as expenditure on education.
Education is not a goal in itself. It serves to the young people to make careers, to find their place in their respective societies.
It's crucial that we bridge the gap between education and employment.
It means making sure that there's a relationship between education on the one hand and the business community on the other.
Guidance program for secondary and further education is important because the education as such has grown up to an unexpected degree in our time.
Making sure that young people have the training and the skills to equip them effectively to enter the world of work.
I trust in a Europe where there are no differences between men and women.
It is one of the key points probably that the young women understand if they want to actively participate later in their life, in public life, in political life, in social life.
And women's participation on the labour market must increase. The employment rates for women are much lower than those for men all over EU, and we need gender equality in all different areas.
Young women should get a very good education. They should not hesitate to make their career.
They really must stand up already at a very young age.
The representation of women in politics are very, very important. Women are the other half of the population, and their voices need to be heard.
I trust in a Europe which recognizes the creativity of the young entrepreneurs.
One of the things about being young is that you spent your whole life having grown-ups telling you that they know better than you. And so your opinions and your understanding is constantly kind of diminished, really, by adult experience. And yet you know things that older people can't know. One of the things that I know about being young is when you're young, you can sometimes do things that us old people know are impossible, because you don't know it's impossible, and therefore you try it, and actually you might be the first person to do it.
I think that it is very important to promote this entrepreneurship, to help them to organize this, to provide them with proper education and information how to do that.
I believe in a Europe that provides better public services for young people.
It is absolutely crucial, as in the broader spectrum, for all of our youth, that they have access to good education and that they can develop themselves beyond the age of 18 in the areas that they feel are important and significant for their lives. And thereby we actually help everyone to contribute positively to our society.
I trust in a European movement to exchange ideas and work skills. Young people have on their hands a lot of time and a lot of curiosity. They have a lot to contribute in helping to develop society.
It seems to me necessary for us to nurture and treasure the eccentricities, the ambitions, the voice of young people.
I want to be proud to say I'm European, and that to be part of my identity.
It is not just a matter of nationality. It crosses, it goes across borders. So it is something which all European institutions, being the European Union, Council of Europe, etc., are concerned with. Also in terms of bringing countries closer together in their standards.
Youth throughout the European Union, in all the countries within the European Union, are basically the same. They've got the same kind of views, they've got the same kind of rights, and I think probably the same kind of needs.
I think it's time for young people like me to be more active and present in political activity.
I think young people should be involved at all levels of democracy.
They are citizens like others and they are living in these communities, and of course they should have a right to participate also in everyday political life.
By working together, young people and parliamentarians can promote the interests of youth worldwide and advance the situation of young people.
Looking at the situation in many countries in Southern Europe where the youth unemployment rate is 60%, I think that clearly underlines the need for more European youth policies, not only individual member countries trying to tackle the challenges the youth face today alone, but rather working more together to help the youth.
Youth empowerment is very important to get the youth opinion on different political decisions. And it's very important to have the voices of youth involved in politics today.
We're talking about respecting young people, taking their views on board and acting on them, not talking down to them, talking on the same level with them, listening to them, giving them respect and dignity and acting on what they have.
Join and support our initiative, European Parliamentarians for the Youth, to promote greater opportunities for the European youth of these days.